He's accused of being America's most notorious living serial killer. Police say he's the Gilgo Beach murderer who killed at least 7 women and ditched their remains on a beach on Long Island in New York.
They once walked red carpets, owned private jets, and dominated headlines. But in 2026, their reality looks very different. No flashing cameras, no sold-out arenas, just steel doors and federal prison numbers. These are the celebrities who are still behind bars right now, and how they lost everything. Fame can make someone feel untouchable. When you're surrounded by wealth, influence, and millions of fans, consequences can seem distant. But the justice system doesn't recognize platinum records or television ratings. In the last few years, several high-profile celebrities were convicted in major federal cases, and as of 2026, they remain incarcerated. Today, we're breaking down who they are, what happened, and how their empires collapsed almost overnight. 1. R. Kelly. For decades, R. Kelly was considered one of the most successful R&B artists in the world. With multiple Grammy wins and countless chart-topping hits, his career seemed unstoppable. But behind the music, allegations had followed him for years. In 2021, after a lengthy federal investigation and trial, he was convicted on multiple charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. Prosecutors presented testimony from numerous victims describing years of abuse and coercion. He was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison. Appeals were filed, but the conviction held. As of 2026, he remains incarcerated, serving a sentence that will likely keep him behind bars for decades. His case became one of the most prominent examples of how long-standing allegations can eventually lead to accountability, no matter how powerful the individual once seemed. 2. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez built a strong fan base through mixtapes and streaming success. His rise in hip-hop was fast and global. But in 2020, he became involved in a high-profile shooting case involving fellow artist Megan Thee Stallion.
Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged with shooting artist Megan Thee Stallion during an argument. The DA's office says Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, shot Megan's feet during an argument in the Hollywood Hills July 12th. The 28-year-old was arrested the night of the shooting.
After a closely watched trial, he was convicted in 2022 on felony charges related to the incident. In 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Despite public debate and appeals from his legal team, the sentence moved forward. As of 2026, he remains incarcerated while pursuing legal appeals. The case divided fans and sparked intense conversations online, but ultimately, the courtroom outcome reshaped his career permanently. 3. Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes was once celebrated as the youngest self-made female billionaire in tech. As the founder of Theranos, she promised to revolutionize blood testing with groundbreaking technology. Major investors, political leaders, and media outlets embraced her vision. But investigations later revealed that the technology did not work as claimed. In 2022, she was convicted of multiple counts of fraud for misleading investors. She was sentenced to more than 11 years in federal prison. Her fall from Silicon Valley icon to inmate shocked the business world. As of 2026, she continues serving her sentence, marking one of the most dramatic corporate collapses in recent history. 4. Jen Shah. Jen Shah rose to fame on Bravo's reality series, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Known for her luxury lifestyle and explosive personality, she appeared to be living the ultimate reality TV dream. But federal investigators accused her of running a nationwide telemarketing fraud scheme targeting elderly victims. In 2022, she pleaded guilty. She was sentenced to over 6 years in prison. As of 2026, she remains incarcerated. Her case became a cautionary tale about reality fame intersecting with real-world consequences, proving that television drama is one thing, federal court is another. 5. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. Unlike the others on this list, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was not a traditional celebrity. However, she became widely known following the tragic incident on the set of the film Rust. In 2021, a prop gun discharged, resulting in the death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. After a lengthy investigation and trial process, Gutierrez-Reed was convicted in connection with the incident and sentenced to prison. As of 2026, she remains incarcerated. The case sparked intense industry debate about on-set safety standards and accountability in film production. 6. Young Thug. Young Thug was a major force in modern hip-hop, known for his unique style and chart success. In 2022, he was arrested in a sweeping racketeering case in Georgia. After prolonged legal proceedings, parts of the case resulted in convictions tied to criminal conspiracy allegations. As of 2026, he remains involved in ongoing legal consequences stemming from that case, with incarceration periods connected to sentencing outcomes. His case drew national attention because of its scope, complexity, and the way prosecutors used lyrics and artistic expression as contextual evidence. It remains one of the most closely analyzed legal battles involving the music industry. 7. Rex Heuermann. Though not a traditional entertainer, Rex Heuermann became nationally known due to one of the most disturbing criminal investigations in recent years. He was charged in connection with the Gilgo Beach murders, a case that remained unsolved for over a decade. Legal proceedings continued for years following his arrest. By 2026, the case remains one of the most high-profile criminal prosecutions in the United States. 8. Sean Combs. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs was one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. As a producer, entrepreneur, and founder of Bad Boy Records, he helped shape hip-hop culture while building a billion-dollar brand. But in recent years, his name became tied to a wave of lawsuits and federal investigations involving serious allegations. The legal pressure escalated quickly, with multiple accusers coming forward and authorities launching formal inquiries. By 2026, Diddy's legal situation had intensified significantly, resulting in detention and ongoing court proceedings tied to federal charges. His case became one of the most closely watched celebrity legal battles in the United States. The dramatic shift from mogul status to facing incarceration stunned fans and industry insiders alike. Regardless of the final outcome, the case represents one of the most significant celebrity legal collapses of the decade, proving once again that fame and influence do not guarantee protection from the justice system. What connects all these names is not genre, background, or industry. It's the illusion of immunity. At the height of their success, many of these figures appeared untouchable, protected by wealth, teams of lawyers, and loyal fan bases. But legal systems operate on evidence, not applause. In 2026, these former stars face a new reality defined by court rulings instead of contracts. Their stories serve as reminders that fame can amplify power, but it can also amplify consequences. If you found this breakdown informative, make sure to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of major celebrity cases and turning points in entertainment history. Because in today's world, the biggest headlines aren't always about premieres and awards. Sometimes they're about prison sentences, and we'll be here to break them down.